Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me here on The News Now. I'm Harley Strickland here in the WTOC 24-hour newsroom, bringing you today's top stories and some cool events going on in our community. I do want to start with a story following up from yesterday. If you joined us yesterday and remember that shooting on St. Helena Island, we do have a little bit of an update for you today, so I want to begin with that. Two teens are recovering after being shot yesterday afternoon on St. Helena Island. Beaufort County Sheriff's Office investigators obtained information that the two teens were shot by an unidentified subject near the intersection of Seaside Road and Ballpark Road just before 3 o'clock yesterday. You can see that general area there on your screen now. One of the teens was driven to the hospital, and the other was taken to a gas station where he was met by paramedics and transported to the hospital. One of the wounded teens was treated and released last night, and the other teen was transported to the Medical University of South Carolina, where he is listed in stable condition. The incident is not believed to be a threat to the public, but anyone with information on this case is encouraged to contact the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office Emergency Dispatch. And again, that number is on our website, WTOC.com, if you need that number. Now, I do want to remind you that if you have any questions, have any comments, just want to say hello, you can do that on Facebook. I see a few of you already joining me today. Susan, Misty, everyone just saying hello and waving at me. Thank you for joining us. And whether you're watching on Roku, Amazon Fire, Facebook, WTOC.com, or the app, we appreciate you watching, but you can only interact with me live here on The News Now through Facebook, so you can leave those comments there. Moving on to a hit and run here in Savannah. Savannah Police's Traffic Investigation Unit is investigating that hit and run that left people with serious injuries. According to a preliminary investigation, a 19-year-old woman was traveling in a Saturn Ion north on Florence Street around 9:50. You can see that area here on your screen. Where that hit and run took place. She stopped at the stop sign at 44th and Florence Streets and then proceeded through the intersection. At that time, a Suburban traveling west on 44th Street entered the intersection and struck the passenger side of that Saturn Ion. The Suburban then left the scene. The driver and a passenger in the Ion was transported to the hospital. The passenger suffered serious injuries from that crash. A 17-year-old in the Suburban also arrived at the hospital with complaints of an injury. According to police, the Suburban was believed to have been driven by a 34-year-old woman. She allegedly had 6 children from ages 3 to 17 in the car with her at the time of the crash. Anyone with information on the crash is asked to contact the SPD Traffic Unit. That number, 912-525-2421, and that number is also on our website, WTOC.com. Well, some new laws taking effect today. Georgia drivers are no longer allowed to touch their phones behind the wheel. The new hands-free phone law went into effect this morning. Drivers can't have a phone in hand or support it with any part of their body. You can't record or watch videos or write, send, or read text messages, emails, social media, or anything on the internet. You don't have to buy anything as long as you follow the new rules. You're still allowed to make and answer calls using speakerphone, an earpiece, or wireless headphones, or if your phone is connected to your car or smartwatch. You are allowed to use talk to text or voice commands, and you can use music apps as long as you set them up while you're parked. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you use in your car now that the hands-free law is in effect? I know I have a pop socket on the back of my phone, you can see here, and I have a little device that attaches it to my air vent, but I'm curious to see, I've been seeing pictures all over social media about what people are using, whether it's something that fits in the cup holder. So curious of what you guys are using for that hands-free law that went into effect today. So more laws that went into effect. The state's medical marijuana program will expand to cover patients with post-traumatic stress disorder as well as intractable pain. Victims who have received a domestic violence order in either criminal or civil court will be eligible to terminate a residential lease early without penalty starting tomorrow. Also, a new law will prohibit consumer credit reporting agencies from charging Georgia residents to freeze their credit report. And another law, county and municipal officials will have more authority to pass general noise ordinances, effectively limiting the use of fireworks. So that's a big one with the 4th of July just around the corner, not many more days. away from the 4th of July. I know all of you are probably getting ready to go out of town or enjoy some kind of festivity on that day. We have a lot of those events on our website you can check out that are coming up. Now, before I leave you guys today, I do want to take a live look outside at the Tybee Island Skycam. See who's all out at the beach today. See, there's a few people out there. Maybe some people getting ready to go back to work tomorrow, but a gorgeous day out there. Coming up tonight on our digital newscast on all of our digital platforms, we will have your weather update with our Andrew Gorton there tonight, 8 o'clock. And don't forget our regular newscast at 6:30 and 11. But before I leave you, I want to check comments here. Someone saying, I love the hands-free law. Maybe now more lives will be saved. I surely hope so. I know phones can be a big distraction while driving. So Lydia's watching. Rebecca. Granny is saying hello. Hello, Granny. Thank you for watching. Someone saying hello from Rincon. Let's see. Someone saying, I hope they are caught. I think they're referring to the first story we talked about the shooting on St. Helena Island. So remember, all of these stories are online in web stories. You can read them there. And most of them have a little piece of video clip with them if you like videos rather than reading them. Someone's saying happy 4th of July. And we want to thank you all for those comments and questions. And thank you for joining me. Don't forget, we have these updates every day right here on our digital newscast and digital platforms. But again, thank you for joining me. And for now, I'm Harley Strickland in the WTOC 24-hour newsroom.